Campfire Stories from Chris and the Lou. It's a Midwest Thing podcast once again. I'm gonna start with this story. The time that I took my car almost to Indianapolis when I lived in Chicago in 2003, right before I graduated, or right after I graduated high school. Okay, so I just graduated high school in Chicago, 2003. Had got a car for my graduation present. Also was dating this girl, and after graduated, we ended up breaking up. So I was kind of messed up and a little distraught about that. And my mama don't even know this full story, so I'm nervous even telling this story. Um, so basically, I was distraught and I was working at the castle. And there was this guy that I was cool with. He was older than me. He was 21. That I used to kick it with, and basically I started kicking with him throughout the whole summer, and started doing a little crazy, reckless stuff. Started smoking weed, started drinking, and basically when I broke up with her, I was like in like a kind of like a depression, and it wasn't because we didn't break up because of like we didn't break up because we was actually pretty cool. We broke up because of our family. My first high school sweetheart, my real first sweetheart, she wasn't of my race, and it was because of her family getting into it with her that how we ended up breaking up. So I'm working at the castle, kicking it, just working and kind of like going through my own little, process or whatever. And this dude that I was cool with, his name, I'm gonna say his name because it's ironic how the fact that his name is basically similar to a famous person's name. His name was David Chappell, and he used to sell weed outside of the drive-through. So he always had some on deck, and he looked very much like this famous person too, and it's crazy. So then it was 4th of July weekend. 4th of July must have been like on a Thursday or Friday. And he was like, man, I'm gonna get you out this rut, man. We gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do something, right? And so I'm like, all right, man, all right. It was like this situation was like, I'm gonna get you high today. Like from Friday, it's like, I'm gonna get you out this rut, man. We gonna drink, we gonna kick it, we gonna smoke. And I'm like, all right, don't even drink. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even start drinking nothing like that, or smoking. So basically, we didn't go to work that day. We ended up leaving. It was like, man, I got people's out in near Indianapolis. And see, if you're in Chicago, Chicago area, Gary, Indiana, Hammond, Indiana is not that far away. It's like maybe 20-minute, 30-minute drive. Okay, so we started driving right out that way, and I can't even remember what the highway was on. But we started driving, and I'm like, yo, we going past Gary, Indiana. We on this highway. We're going past, like, yeah, it's a little further down. Next thing I know, we going like far, far. I'm like, he put the gas in the tank. He got the green. He got the liquor. He bought all that. He was like, man, I got all that. So you just need to drive because he didn't have a car. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I kicking it with him far away, and nobody knew where I was. I didn't tell my mama. I didn't tell nobody. Like I just was like, all right, man, I'm just gonna roll. 18 years old. So basically, we ended up going like 2 hours away from where I live, and nobody knew where I was. So after that happened, we got there. We kicking it, we chilling, we kicking it, smoking, drinking, kicking it, having a good time, hanging out with his peoples. And he got these girls, he knew these girls that was gonna come through. I'm like, all right, cool. Got these girls that's gonna come through. So they came through, we kicked it with them, and then we're just kicking it, just hanging out, whatever, just talking smack, whatever, playing cards, playing spades, playing Uno, and we're just kicking it. And we end up going back to their mother's crib. Well, her mother's crib. One of them mother's crib, and the other girl was like her best friend. So we end up going kicking it back over there, right? And we just kicking it, just having a good time, kicking it. And I was I'm kind of getting nervous because it's getting later in the day. It's probably like, by now, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, and I still ain't kept in contact with my mom. She hadn't called me yet. But then, like, literally, like, probably like 30, 40 minutes later, she did call me and was caught and blowing my phone. And didn't know what to say because I didn't want to lie, but I didn't know how to lie either. So I just I ignored the phone call. So here we are getting, I don't know, like 6 o'clock in the evening, and we kicking it with them. I'm like, I need to get back home. We need to get back to the crib or whatever. I need to get back to the crib or whatever. I'm getting worried myself. Like, dang, I'm out far. I'm doing something bad, crazy stuff right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like not even, I'm thinking about it, but at the same time, I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, so basically, things happen with the girl and whatever. We, what I'm saying, did our thing, whatever. And I'm like, he did his thing with the chick that he was talking to, whatever, right? And then I'm like looking for him. I'm like, where he at? Where does this nigga go? Like, where does this dude go? And so I'm like, all right, cool. I need to get back to the crib or whatever. It's like, I don't know, it had to be like 7:30 by now, and it was starting to get a little, not dark, but like you can tell, it's about to get dark soon. Summertime gets dark around like 9 o'clock, but 8:30, 9 o'clock. And it started also getting cloudy. And I'm like, I couldn't find him. Like, he was at somebody else's house, at the neighbor's house or something that they was cool with. And come to find out, this dude, this boy crazy. This wild boy. This boy over there smashing the older chick. So I'm like, dog. I'm like, wow, you a wild boy. And so I'm like, dude, I need to get back. I need to roll. Like, you doing roll or not? And so I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, cool. All right, we gotta go. So we leaving now. It's getting dark outside. Like, it's getting dark. And I'm getting back on the highway. I'm sobered up a little bit. I got back on the highway, and it started pouring down rain. When I mean pour down rain, I mean pour down rain. And I couldn't drive. I couldn't see that well. So after, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes on being on the road, I'm like, dude, I can't see. It's pouring down. I can barely see out here. I can't see. And I'm like, all right, he's like, pull over. We gonna pull over to a rest stop or something. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm gonna have to pull over, man. I gotta pull over. So we went to the next stop, pulled over. We ended up having to spend the night still in Indiana. My phone blowing up now because it's late. It's like 9 something, 10 o'clock, and had to get a room. I'm pulling into this place. I'm pulling into this parking lot, and it's flooded. The parking lot some parts of the parking lot is actually flooded. I didn't realize how deep or how much the flood was. My car dipped in some type of like a puddle, a huge puddle, and I couldn't get it out. It was like this much. My car was like this much in that I couldn't get the car out. The car sank into it was like, I don't know, it was enough that I couldn't get it out. It was like maybe like 6 inches, 4 inches. I couldn't get it out. It like dipped, and like my whole car dipped even more. It was like a sinkhole, and my car dipped, and where the tires was like full of water, the water was up on the tires. Like water would start getting in the car. So now we starting to see water on our feet right now. And I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe this really happened. I cannot believe this shit happened. I'm out here 2 hours away for some poom poom and drinking and smoking, and nobody know where I am. Nobody knows where I'm at. My mom blowing me up. I don't know how to lie to get out the situation, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. On top of the fact that this happened, I don't know how to even get. I don't even know how to get my car out now. Now my car's stuck. So he tried to calm me down. I'm freaking out. He's like, man, we gotta go ahead and get in this hotel room, and we just gotta do everything in the morning. It's like I gotta look up. I had to look up a tow truck. Had to pay for a tow truck to come out. It was like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. They came out after the rain and everything. Pulled it out. And drove, was racing back to the crib. We didn't get back to the crib until like 11 a.m., 11, 12 o'clock that next day. I know I got chewed the out. You understand me? And see, I ain't never had a father. So like my uncle was like my father figure. And so he chewed me out. My mom chewed me out and he chewed me out. And I'm like, dude, and the car is halfway messed up. I had to go rent some wet vacs to get all the water off the floor of the car. The car, I had to keep riding around and drying it and everything, make sure it operates good. And ever since then, that car, it still was drivable, but it was messed up. It was really messed up. And man, so also on top of that, I was supposed to, that very next day, I was supposed to go to Six Flags with this girl I went to school with. I'm not gonna name her name, but I had a crush on her. She was an Ethiopian chick, and her friends was going to Six Flags, and she invited me, and I actually liked her, and I messed it all up. I messed that up too, because my mom even said that they was waiting outside the house like for like an hour waiting on me that morning, and she didn't even know where I was. So this is the first story of all the campfire stories in my life, and this is one of the no, they get crazier actually. I have some even more crazier stories, but 2003, 18 years old, campfire story. It's a Midwest thing. Like and subscribe. I'm gonna holler at y'all later with another story.